Hello again, guys. It's Jubito here, back in another what if video. So guys, I'm now coming to the end of most of my what ifs. Most of them I think they're gonna be ending today, and I'm also gonna be starting some new what ifs also. So if you can just like put some suggestions in, yeah. So one of the new what ifs I'm gonna be starting is, what if Naruto was trained by Kaguya? What if Naruto was raised by Kaguya? And yeah, what if Naruto was in Uchiha? Those are the ones which I'm gonna be making after I've done with these current ones. So let's get into the video. Sorry about that. So guys, we start back to where Madara has been revived, and Black Zetsu, no, it's White Zetsu, then brings him the one Rinnegan from Nagato. So Nagato at this point, he has no eyes, but he's gonna still be alive. As let's say Sakura like goes and heals him, like she does like that thing which not doing canon, but she doesn't have like that potent chakra. So like, let's say like they have some spare eyes in hand, and then they just like give them to him, so he remains alive. He's not dead yet. He's still alive. So Madara at this point, he is like one Renegan, right? So Obito, like who is like on top of the like the Jubi, is like destroying the Shinobi Alliance right now. He's like sending like those like wood like creatures to the Shinobi Alliance. At this point, Naruto and Miyuki are like watching from far away, waiting for like the right time to strike. So if this keeps going on, like Obito reaches the point like where the Shinobi Alliance is like overwhelming him, instead like coming on with barrage of attacks. He then decides like to absorb it, the Jubi, and then he becomes Jubito. So Obito has absorbed the Jubi, like the god tree, then appears. It doesn't bloom yet, but it then just appears slightly. So the god tree has appeared at this point. So Menma and Mito pull up with Sage Mode. Minato is also there. Jiraiya, the gang is all there. And they start fighting Jubito. So at this point, Minato is like thinking where Naruto is. He might just like surprise strike us at some point. So the battling continues. Like they start beating Jubito when they found out like his weakness is Sage Mode. So like the Mlot start using Sage attacks, damaging Obito. But this is where something interesting then happens. So as they're fighting, right, Obito like manages to catch them off guard, and then he stabs Menma and Sasuke, like just like stabs them, and then those guys pass out. So when they pass out, they wake up in their mindscapes. Like it's different. Like they're not in the same mindscape. They wake up in different mindscapes. So Naruto, no, Menma begins to walk as he like reaches where the sage of the six path is. So it's like gonna be in canon when Naruto and Sasuke, talked to it, yeah, like that. So Naruto and no, Menma and Sasuke began to talk to the Sage of Six Path. So they began to talk to the Sage of Six Path. The Sage of Six Path like, I'll give you my power if you can stop them from bringing back Mother. And then so Menma's like, so it's true, Naruto is your sibling? And he says, yes, he is my sibling, and I'm sure that his power has not reached its peak yet. But the Sage of Six Path is clearly mistaken. Naruto's power is already at its peak because he is, trained, and he got that extra, chakra food and shit. So the Sage of Six Path, gives them their power. Sasuke unlocks the Ren Sharingan in one eye. Menma gets the Six Path Sage Mode, although he no longer has, the Nine Tails power, because like all the tailed beasts, have been treated badly, and they wanna be part of, the Jubi. So like, I think the tailed beasts are no longer gonna like recognize the Sage of the Six Path as their father anymore, because like the humans have been treating them bad, and the Sage of Six Path just been watching, so they are not gonna treat him as their father anymore. So they just wanna cause chaos and destruction. So men and Sasuke wake up and then they activate their respective power they got from the Siege of Six Pack. So then start fighting, Obito. Is there like in this fight it goes continuous for almost like 20 minutes and they start beating down on Obito. So Obito at this point, like his stamina has gone down. He's been like torrent from the pain and everything, but the stamina is going down. Madara is still just watching from the sideline, doing nothing, just chilling, just slicing a few shinobi here and there, but he's just chilling. So here's like where something happens. So men might gotten like bits and pieces of the tailed beast chakra from the Sage of Six Path. I'm sorry I didn't mention that. So he then like grabs onto Obito and then starts pulling. So the Bijus like start to feel like another part of them getting pulled. So they start saying, "Oh damn, that old sage, he gave them some of our power, and they can pull us out so we can get sealed again." No. So the tailed beast like start fighting back like to stay in Obito, but they eventually like lose the fight as like the Shinobi Alliance is pulling on them. So the beasts are then pulled out of Vito, and then he returns to normal and the Gero statue then pops up. So Kakashi then does the stupidest thing and then he says, "Kamui!" As he's like attempting to Kamui away the Gero statue. But Obito then says, "Kamui!" Then like the technique cancels each other out. So the Gero statue is not gonna get damaged. So as the tailed beasts are now out, like the Shinobi Alliance is hoping like the tailed beasts are gonna fight with them. But instead something funny happens. The tailed beast, then look at Madara. As Madara, like sees like they send a telepathic link to Madara. Please put us back into the Gero statue. Madara is like shocked by this, just goes and hops onto the Gero statue. He passes by Obito, grabs his other Rinnegan, and then decapitates Obito right then and then. Obito is dead. Madara then takes Obito's other eye and crushes it, as he doesn't want Kakashi to get the eye. So he then goes on top of the Gero statue and then goes to like Hansel's. Yeah, so as Madara is going through Hansel's, the Gero statue, opens its mouth as chains shoot up and begin like grabbing the tailed beast. So Gara, does the thing like he doesn't want Shikaku to go, but Shikaku like, let me go, I wanna go. So you fool, the air tails is like, you fool, you be, leave me. So like Killer Bee like fighting back, so it doesn't go. But back to Madara's perspective. So his Madara is like sucking in the tailed beast, the tails of the tentacles begin to form. Since the tails are forming, all the beasts eventually get reabsorbed back into the tentacles as it then transforms into like the Jubi. So as Madara, summons the Jubi back up, he then goes through a few answers as he then says, 10 dragon coffin seal, as he begins to absorb the Jubi, sealing the Jubi within himself. So Madara then transformed into like Jubi Madara, as I'm gonna call him, as he then tears the thing off the like bone thing off his head to reveal the third eye. So Madara's third eye then opens. So he then like starts going through a few hands, as like the tree, the divine tree starts to move. So the divine tree starts to move, Mighty Guy jumps into action as he then opens up the 8th gate. So as Mighty Guy has opened up the 8th gate, he starts fighting with Madara. So these guys are gonna be fighting for about 30 minutes as the 8th gate starts to devour Mighty Guys, chakra cores and everything. So Menwa instinctively jumps in and kicks Madara to the side as he then like puts a bit of his chakra into Mighty Guy, which keeps Mighty Guy alive. So Naruto and Sasuke activate no, Sasuke activates his Susanoo. So as he activates the Susan, Madara, like sees this and goes through hand signs faster than the speed of sound. So as he like goes through the hand signs, the divine tree starts to move. It starts to capture Shinobi, trapping them inside the infinite Tsukuyomi. So Madara then, takes his eyes and it reflects upon the moon. As the moon becomes, you see the Jubi's Rene Sharingan. So Kaguya's perspective, as Kaguya is on the moon, she sees like the reflection of the moon has changed. It now has, those tomoes and the moon is red. Kaguya starts grinning and says, "Oh yes, my son, I'm gonna meet you very soon." So as Madara then gets punched by, Sasuke's Susanoo, then he falls down. So as he falls down, Black Zetsu dives into action as he then stabs Madara like through the chest. His mother's like, "What? How?" He says, "Ah, you thought you were the one who was controlling me. Foolish mortal. I was controlling you." As Madara gets enveloped by a white, bright yellow light. Sasuke, seeing this as the opportunity to take them down, he then mutters, "Amaterasu." So as the Amaterasu flame goes and catches upon Kaguya, Kaguya just like phase through it as like she pops out. Kaguya then starts looking around and she sees like Sasuke's Susan. So Kaguya like does her hair thing and Kaguya's hair slaps Sasuke's Susan away. So Sasuke's Susan is slapped away. Sasuke's chakra, like depleting for a bit, but he manages to keep the Susan enough so that he won't get trapped inside the infinite Tsukuyomi. So as Kaguya, starts looking throughout the battlefield, he then senses Naruto's chakra and Miyuki's chakra as well. So Kaguya then says, "Naruto! Hail Naruto!" Naruto instinctively like hears his mother's voice. He immediately, in a like burst of speed, runs like to the battlefield, hitting some shinobi passing by. He then goes and hugs his mother. "Mother, it's finally good to see you." So Naruto and Kaguya began talking for a few, as Miyuki also turns up and then she's, "Oh, mother Kaguya, it's finally good to see you." As Kaguya then says, "Oh, my daughter-in-law, it's good to see you too." So as this is like happening, Sasuke, Menma, Jiraiya, like all those people like who still have chakra, then rush at them. So Kaguya then says, "Ha, you're attacking me as I'm reuniting with my son. Almighty push." And she then pushes them away. So the divine tree then like gets into play here. So she pushes them away. Kaguya, then does the thing. Like she sends out the divine tree's roots as it like then grabs people on the legs. Sasuke then uses this perfect Susanoo and grabs Menma, Sakura and Kakashi and Jiraiya and Minato and Kushina. And then they get inside Sasuke's Susanoo if they don't get trapped into the infinite Tsukuyomi. Naruto, Miyuki and Kaguya then opens a dimensional portal. She then hops in. Sasuke, Menma, Kakashi, Sakura, and Minato and Kushina then like go after them. So as they go after them, they then dodge a blast which is coming from Naruto as he activates the Tensei gun, which Minato is shocked by this, but he doesn't show it as they then start fighting. Kaguya at this point, like she's just dodging Kushina's chakra chains, and then she like slaps Kushina away back through the portal, and then she gets trapped in by the divine tree. So back to the POV of the divine tree. So the divine tree at this point is spread its roots like all across the world and starts absorbing the chakra. So it's like it's taking the chakra from people but not killing them. So as it's absorbs the chakra from people. The chakra then goes into the fruit with the fruit. So as the chakra is going into the fruit, the world seems as if like earthquakes are happening, tsunamis and all that stuff, but nothing major is happening. So POV of like the frog summons, the elder toad is like, so it has begun. I guess the end is now near. He said, as Pa and Ma shriek is this. So back to Naruto's POV. Naruto at this point is fighting Sasuke and Sasuke and Menma and Minato. So as they're fighting, Naruto is like toying with these people. He punches Sasuke, kicks Menma, jabs Minato, like doing that. So as he like fights with these guys, the fight continues for like 30 minutes. As Naruto eventually gets bored by this, he then says, Mato's universal pull. He then pulls Minato towards him, then takes a chakra rod and then puts it through Minato's hand, and Minato then can't stand up as Naruto then chucks some other chakra rods in different parts of his body, but he's not gonna die. So Naruto then goes for Sasuke. As he punches Sasuke in the head, Sasuke goes flying. Naruto then disappears and kicks Sasuke in the back as Sasuke drops down. Naruto instinctively then rushes to Sasuke. He then places his hand upon Sasuke's mark as then he begins to absorb the chakra from Sasuke's mark. POV Sage of Six Pack. The Sage of Six Pack like, no, it can't be. But how? Naruto's POV. Naruto is laughing. Ha 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 ha. Foolish little brother. You thought that you giving them your power would help you slow him mother. I'm not gonna let that happen. So Naruto then takes away Sasuke's Sage of Six Pack chakra. Sasuke's Rene Sharingan then deactivates back to the Mangekyo. So it is back in the Mangekyo. Sasuke then says Amaterasu. As the Amaterasu then burns Naruto's, Otsutsuki robe. Naruto then gets pissed off by this as he then takes a chakra and then stabs it to Sasuke's side, like the sides of Sasuke, pinning him down like that. So Sasuke is pinned down. Menma takes this opportunity to charge up a Rasengan with the help of Jiraiya, which is like Sei's chakra. But unfortunately for them, Naruto is already trained in Sei's chakra, so it's not gonna affect him. So that's what they thought, like, it would do the same thing that it did to Obito on him. So they then rushed at Naruto, slamming, the Rasengan. Naruto just looks at them as he then absorbs the chakra from the Rasengan, as the Rasengan then disperses. So the Rasengan disperses. Menma and Jiraiya are shocked. So Naruto then instinctively rushes to Jiraiya, knocks him, like neck chops him, and Jiraiya passes out. His brother then tosses him out the portal as he then gets captured by the Divine Tree. Back to Miyuki's perspective. Miyuki and Kaguya are practically fighting Kushina and Tsunade. And Sakura is also there. Is they're like fighting them. Kaguya is dodging chakra chains and doing a few dimensional changes here and there as she like getting the upper hand. Miyuki is also beating the shit out of Sakura, and so Tsunade and Sakura decide to do a collaboration as they like wanna go and punch Miyuki in the hopes of like knocking her out and taking her as a hostage so as to stop Naruto. But that's not gonna work as they then get punched. So at this point, like, the people who are like left are like those who are fighting in the dimensional change, as they eventually run out of chakra and then they just succumb to it as they then get captured by the Divine Tree. So the Sage of Six Pack at this point like sees it and then appears back down on Earth as he like goes through entrance and summons the God of Death. So the God of Death then appears and then he looks at the Sage. What do you want, Hagoromo? And the sage just said, I want you to seal away my mother and Naruto and Miyuki away on the moon. As you know, the God of Death is like, very well, but I will be taking the soul of you and your brother to hell. The sage of six but then not as he like doesn't want, Naruto and Kaguya through this world. Because practically chakra is already gone and chakra is like in the divine fruit. So Naruto, like senses that the god of death is approaching, as he instinctively rushes to the divine tree. It's not like rushes to the divine tree, he floats up and consumes of the divine fruit, like all of it. And then he turns into this. So Naruto turns into this is, the god of death like senses the power, but he pays no mind to it. So the god of death, sends out his hand as he then captures Naruto, Kaguya, and Miyuki. As he begins to rush through ants and as he like attempts to shoot them onto the moon. Naruto, seeing where this is going, decides to do something he's never done before. So Naruto then uses like his power absorbing ability from his like Renegan, as he then rushes forward and touches like the god of death on his chest, as the god of death begins to shake violently. What are you doing, you mortal? Is like the god of death, the god of death's power starts like to go into Naruto. It's Naruto is absorbing this. His like truth seeker orb starts to change as they now glow red. Is his hair grows jet black. As the hair is now black. So Naruto continues to absorb the god of death's powers. The power is immense, and Naruto's chakra cores can't handle this. Kaguya instinctively sees what Naruto is doing as she then smiles and says, so he has truly mastered the ability. He can now even absorb the gods. So POV in heaven, Kami then sees what's going on and says, foolish Shinigami. And she then just sighs and continues to watch. As she cannot interfere. It's like no mortal knows how to summon her, so yeah, she can't interfere. So that then continues to absorb, the god of death is, the god of death eventually like falls on his back. Hagoromo is instinctively shocked by this. But how? I am stronger than you, Hagoromo. I am a full-blooded Otsutsuki. What do you expect? As Naruto continues to like absorb the god of death until the god of death eventually like starts to dissipate and no more god of death. So as Naruto like has the power now, he instinctively like becomes the god of death now. So you see like Naruto's staff like it's also like can change into a scythe at will. So yeah, continue with the video. So as Hagoromo sees this, that all hope is lost. As like the divine tree, was continuing to absorb the chakra from the people. But here like we're getting like it's not gonna kill them. So as Kaguya is now back, she then sees, so Naruto, did you consume the fruit? As Naruto then says, yes mother, I consumed of the fruit of this planet. As Kaguya then sighs at this and then says, but like the clan is gonna need the fruit. So Naruto then says, yes mother, I'm very much aware that the clan is gonna need the fruit. So Naruto then like walks up to the divine tree. So the divine tree doesn't have the fruit. So Naruto then activates his, Ren Sharingan with the 9 Tomoe in it. As he like begins to turn his hand, like what Doctor Strange does when he's rewinding time. So he then like starts to do that. So as that's happening, he pumps in like a third of his chakra into the technique. As like the fruit then reappears. As Naruto then cuts the fruit up as he then divides the food into like 4 parts. He then gives one part to Miyuki, then he gives 2 parts to Kaguya, then he consumes like one part again. So if they consumes this part, Miyuki then gains a third eye, Kaguya then gains much more power. His Naruto then does the technique again and then he takes the fruit this time. So Naruto then runs through hand signs and then says infinite Tsukuyomi break. So as the infinite Tsukuyomi breaks, the shinobi, people, everything like on the planet starts to get free. It's like the god tree like begins to dissipate. It's not going to remain there. So the god tree like starts to dissipate as it like then turns into a black seed. As Naruto then goes down, he takes the black seed and then he opens a dimensional portal, chucks the black seed in there. So Naruto then says, ha ha ha, humans, you no longer have the gift of chakra. Hagaromo, your plan has failed. Is not then, you know, goes ahead like for the Kages. As he then kills the Raikage, he leaves them as a Kages. He like likes her, and like he leaves Gara, Tsunade. So he kills the Raikage and Onogi. It's like those two are dead. Dari becomes, the Raikage after him. So Naruto then, so the Shinobi POV. So the Shinobi see at this point like they don't have chakra. They've tried molding the chakra, but they can't. So they then ask, "What did you do to us? What's happening with our chakra?" Is Nathan says, "Oh, your chakra, I took it away." Some Shinobi then you give our power, give us back our power. And so he says, "No, it was never a chakra to begin with. It was my mother's. Now that you just got it back, we're gonna leave." So there's gonna be an interesting thing about Earth, which Naruto like has found out, like like through like studying like the seed which he took out. So when Naruto, removed like the seed of the divine tree from the planet, like the planet began like to start remaking chakra again. Is it this? Oh, so this is a chakra planet. So as long as the chakra on this planet, as long as a little chakra exists on this planet, it will continue to keep going, like regenerating more chakra. So now the next estimates like in the next maybe two or 3 years, the chakra of the planet will be back, and all the shinobi of their power back. So Naruto like wants to look for a way like to take that away from them permanently, so he can bring this world to true peace. So with the Shinobi Alliance, those guys then head over back to their homes, as they don't have chakra. Then it's like useless to fight anymore. There's nothing to fight for. So Naruto then visits all like villages, and then there's like a Kage summit to discuss what they're gonna do now that they don't have chakra. So Naruto then comes in as he then explains to the Kages why he did all this. As he then explains that he just took away the gift of chakra so that you guys can learn to live in peace other than fighting into wars. So Naruto finishes explaining to the Kages. The Kages then like sign a peace treaty. So it's like I sign the treaty. Naruto then says, "So yeah, I'm about to head back to my planet." The Kages are shocked by this and say, "So Naruto, if you're gonna go back to your planet, who's gonna protect Earth?" And Naruto then says, "Oh, my friend Toneri is gonna be there and watching over you. If anything happens, he'll inform me." So Naruto, Kaguya, and Miyuki then head to the Otsutsuki planet. So as they're heading to the Otsutsuki planet, it takes them about 6 months to get there. It's like space is big. So as they're moving through space, they eventually arrive at the Otsutsuki planet. As uh, Ishiki senses Kaguya's chakra. As he senses Kaguya's chakra, he instinctively rushes out of like the chambers. It's like the Otsutsuki guards are shocked by this like action. Is Ishiki then runs up to Kaguya and hugs him, and starts to kiss him. Kaguya seeing Ishiki, she's very happy. She then
tells Ishiki she is sorry how she cheated and everything. Ishiki then says it's okay, it was just your mistake falling in love with the humans. So the council like gets summoned as they Otsutsukis begin to talk. They say, so Naruto, you've succeeded in your mission of bringing back your mother. Naruto then says, yes, I've succeeded in my mission of bringing her back. So they then ask where the chakra fruit is. Naruto then pulls up the chakra fruit. The main members of the Otsutsuki clan comes the chakra fruit, take a few portions of it. It's like what's left of the chakra fruit then gets given to the side branches. The side branch elders take a bunch of it, and the other people. It's like they like absorb the chakra from the chakra fruit. They see that the chakra is extremely powerful. And then say, so naturally, did you end the planet or you just stripped them away of the chakra? Naruto then says, yeah, I just stripped them away of the chakra, so then he don't have chakra anymore. So Ishiki then decides like to tell the council that Naruto is like the next in line to run the Otsutsuki clan. So all the Otsutsukis are shocked by this, but Momoshiki is like, no, I was next in line. I am the one who's supposed to rule after you. As Momoshiki, is extremely pissed at this. Naruto sees this as a challenge. He says, so Momoshiki, you want a challenge for that right to rule the Otsutsuki clan as your father? As like Momoshiki is like Ishiki's brother, so he wanted to rule the clan. So Naruto and Momoshiki, then go to an arena as they it's like Ishiki then goes and declares them to start fighting. Momoshiki, like let's say he was like doing his missions, he like found a chakra fruit, ate it, got the third eye and everything. It's like what he got in Boruto, but not to the extent of Naruto. As Naruto practically is like he has chakra which is very high. So Naruto and Momoshiki start fighting. Is like they're trading blows as the blows are like sending shockwaves into the galaxy. So as they're fighting, Naruto then like does like slips. So as Naruto like slips, Momoshiki takes an advantage of this as he like sends his truth seeker orbs to Naruto as they like blow up on impact. Naruto, like who isn't faced by this, like dusts himself off. He says, huh, so it seems like you took that opportunity very well. I'm not gonna give you any more opportunities. So as they like keep on fighting, Naruto immediately like gets bored by this and then he starts to power up. So Naruto like truth seeker balls, start like moving around him as like the stuff appears. Naruto then says, Momoshiki, do you know what I am? I am a god among gods. I am the death god now. It's not then uses like death's touch and he then like touches Momoshiki as Momoshiki like falls to the ground as he's like screaming in pain. It's like an aura is like eating him from the inside out. So a black light envelops Momoshiki as he then like gets turned into a chakra pill. It's not to like takes the chakra pill and then he passes it to Miyuki. As Miyuki like eats up the chakra pill and that's the end of Momoshiki, never to be seen again. So Ishiki and the clan decides to name Naruto as like the clan, clan leader is Naruto, starts leading the clan. So Naruto and Miyuki's POV. So at night, Naruto and Miyuki, are in their room and Naruto then goes up on Miyuki as he then kisses her. So I'm not gonna make this an 18 plus what if, but if you guys want me to make an 18 plus what if, you can just say in the comments. So they didn't do the business which they do. They're then done with that. So time skip 5 years into the future. Menma has already become Okage. Sasuke is this right hand man. Sasuke has children. Menma also has children. Mito also has children. Minato, Kushina, they're pretty old. Jiraiya is dead. Tsunade is dead. like practically like everyone at the beginning of canon is already dead except for Kakashi. So it's like life goes on. Naruto is a son, which he names Drake. Names his son Drake and his daughter Tracy. Tracy and Drake. So it's like Tracy and Drake, they're already overpowered. They have a lot of power. So Naruto is like ruling his clan and everything. So it's gonna end up good for Naruto in the end if he like rules the clan. So guys, I'm gonna end this what if. I know that the ending sucks, but I didn't really have anything to put in the ending. So guys, thank you for the support. I'm gonna be ending another what if also. So thank you guys. Peace out.